and welcome to day 8. It's been a morning already, actually. I was planning on doing some plotting for the next sort of arc that I'm working on, because I have general stop post sort of goals, but I was gonna try to figure out a little bit more of the detail. And I sat down to do that, and then I wrote 600 words by accident, I guess. I had one of those little excerpts I was talking about yesterday in the lineup for this arc, and so I just sort of started writing around it, and it worked out fairly decently. So I still have to go back and do all the plotting for what goes in between where I am and where that is and where it goes, because I do have some, but just like to be a little more prepared because it makes it easier to sprint when I at least know what I'm aiming for. But I did that, and then I think I'm going to go back today, and there's one chapter now, I think, only one, that isn't filled in for the whole chronology of what's going on so far, so that's exciting. If I fill that in, then I'm pretty much entirely caught up linearly to the spot where I'm at, except for obviously the one that I just wrote that's a little bit ahead. But besides that, it'll be really exciting, so I'm pleased. I'm gonna write that chapter, and then there's one other little bit that I have in mind, and then we'll just sort of see. It's really weird knowing that I don't have to do the 33, 34 today, because I was thinking that earlier. It's like, oh, I'll just write the first day's half today, or the first day's half now, and then do some of the other things that I have to do, and then come back to the rest tonight and write the second half. And then I realized I don't need to do that. Well, I guess I could still split 1667 in half, but seems less necessary, I guess. It is kind of nice, I'll say, having done all of those words the last week or so makes the 1667 goal, that's the actual NaNo goal, feel a lot like a reprieve. So that's swell. But I have a lot I want to get done today. I want to work on the planning for the actual video this week. So I decided I'm going to do next week's video is my going over the prologue for this book, and then looking at some of the stuff that I've written during sprinting and seeing how good it is. We're gonna read it sort of for the first time. I'm gonna just try to choose stuff that's not too spoilery, but just a little section, and just see if the quality of writing is good enough, if it even seems productive at that point, and just sort of go over that. So I'm gonna do that as a longer video next week. This week I'm gonna try to, I have an idea. I don't want to give it life yet because I'm not 100% sure. I'm still gonna tie it into writing, I think, unless I change my mind by the time I post it, which you never know. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to tie it back into writing and just have it be separate from NaNo, and just, I feel like it's the month for it, So, and I already lost 1 week because I definitely couldn't manage all that with how much I was trying to write last week. So I'm gonna plan that. Got some other housekeeping things and some work stuff, but not too bad. I'm in a good mood this lovely morning. Got some gold earrings. Everything is good. Going to make my second tea for the day, and then get on that. Well, we'll check in. I have this is another assignment, my lovely intern. I would like to talk about chapter titles in the later portion of this video. So please remind me. Did you write it down? How are you gonna remember? I'm not gonna remember, so you have to tell me. You got it? Okay, thank you. Then I will check in with that information that you will remind me about very soon. Bye. Good evening. Makeup smeared. Words complete. So I will say it feels strange to write just 1667. I got to 1730 today, and I feel like I've cheated the system. I guess I got really used to writing double the word count, which is good in some ways, but also it's I don't have the same feeling of satisfaction today as I do on most days, because it just feels incomplete. And I guess I could keep writing theoretically, and maybe I will after I post this, but I'm not sure, because I think I kind of want to use the time to do some more plotting for the next arc, like I said this morning. I started it, and then I had another one of those eureka moments when I was writing, and it just threw me off, my planning. It's not quite, it's almost the same level of oh man, this could change things as the last time I said this. But it only really changes like one character's motivation throughout the whole situation. So I might have to go back and just like change his stuff a little bit, but it won't be too bad. But it just, I got really excited about it and then I couldn't focus on other stuff. So we'll see. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to try to get that much out of the way. At least like plot a little bit more of the next section. But I've got a better idea of where it's going. So that is good. And what's also good is that I remembered the thing that I said that we had to remember. So yet again, I guess neither of us are fired. And that was chapter titles. I'm looking over here because this is where I have all of my chapter titles. And I guess I just wanted to like have it more of a discussion than just me talking. But like, what do you think about them? As a writer, as a reader, are you like down with chapter titles? Do you not care at all? I mean, I know a lot of books recently have gone more in the just give them a number and that's enough. What do you think about that? Because I personally like having some chapter titles. I feel like it almost gives each little section its own, not even a thesis statement, but just sort of it gives it a vibe. Not like that, but it gives it a feeling, you know, like just having a number is good enough, I guess. And it might also depend on genre, you know, like maybe for fantasy it's better to have chapter titles because there's more whimsy in that. I don't know, I'm not sure. And I know there are some books that just go straight up like, if it's multi-POV, chapter is like chapter 49, whatever character name. And that works as well for some. So I don't know. I like writing these chapter titles, even though sometimes I know when I write them that they're not gonna last. But like, one of my most recent chapter titles is called Joining a Cult. And that's fun. Wouldn't you want to know how in this fantasy story they end up joining a cult? I think that makes it interesting. I don't know. And you know, I've got ones like Animus or Rally, Man and Beast. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it gives sort of a level of intrigue that maybe you don't have if it's like chapter 12. Let's see, what's my chapter 12? It's called The Purple Place. Who knows? Who knows what that means? I mean, I do, but... So I know I've been talking very quickly. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts and they're just coming out like rapid fire. But if I'm slowing it down, I suppose my whole point in this little rant was just to inquire. Are you a fan of chapter titles? Or do you think that they are just unnecessary and pointless? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments because I guess it's all a matter of opinion. But I am of the opinion that they are good, at least in certain types of stories. So, there's not too much I wanted to say on that topic. I just, you know, feel like it's something I've been curious about. So, if you could let me know, maybe I'll make that task 3 of your internship here. Task 1 was the thing that I remembered to do a couple videos ago. Task 2 was remembering to talk about this. So this is one that I really can't do for you. So yeah, let me know. I think, let's see, I got to, how many words today? We are total of 28,687 words written during Nano. So I'm very close to 30,000, which is fun. And I guess I'll get there by tomorrow. I should be at 30,000 words by tomorrow. And 40,000 words is coming up soon, and that's the next one of the badges. So I'm coming for you. I also decided that regardless of when I hit 50,000, I will just keep writing. I had contemplated, wow, my enunciation is just going stronger for some reason. But no, I've contemplated just, you know, stopping the writing portion and going back and editing what I wrote during Nano. But I just decided I'm going to keep on writing and then December move on to just editing or finishing up whatever writing I didn't get accomplished that I wanted to. Because I think if I do that, going at the pace that I'm planning to, I should be in like the 80-something thousand word range for the book, which would get me pretty close to like a solid minimum for the genre. Because fantasy, I think, has a different word count range than some of the other books. But I know for new writers who are looking for agents, publication, you don't want to go too far over the word count, because that might make it seem like you haven't edited it down, or you have like too broad an idea. And also, I think there's a page word limit that they have, because like bigger books take more money to print and they take up more shelf room, and so if you have like a thicker book, they'd have to invest more or something in that whole situation, so they don't want you to have that many words. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, there are word counts that are ideal for every genre, and there are outliers, but it's like a sort of place where it's most comfortable for you to be sitting in. And if I get to around 80,000 words, or a little bit over that, is where I'll end up. That's pretty much where I want to be. So I'm going to keep writing, try to get as close to full outline as I can, and then December, January, depending, jump into editing. I want to take a little bit of a break from the material once I have a more complete draft, so that I'm not like overwhelmed, I guess. But I'm pretty excited about it. I think I did go back today and I looked at a couple of things that I was curious about that I wrote in the last few days, and actually it wasn't quite as terrible as I thought it was going to be. There are some parts that are not great, but there are actually some things that really aren't bad. Like they might need tweaking, and they're definitely not entirely grammatically correct because I was typing super fast, but the content of it and like the meat of it really wasn't as awful as I thought maybe it was going to be, so that was a little bit encouraging. I haven't gone through and looked at most of it because I don't really want to do that now, but I'm sure you'll be with me when I do. So I did decide what my long form video is going to be this week. I started researching all of that, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It's still around the writing theme, but a little bit different, and exposing some personal secrets, I guess you could say. So look forward to that. I guess that's all I have for you guys tonight. Happy Monday. I will see y'all tomorrow. Sweet dreams.